What is up, my YouTube viewers? This is the Smile Reviews channel, and today we have the review on the Air Jordan 28 SE. I know it's been a while. I think it's been about 2 weeks and a bit since I've last put up a video. Before I get into this actual review, I want to start off by giving a shout out to KB Kicks. He's a fellow YouTuber that I recently subscribed to, and I think he's done a very good job as far as sneaker videos. I know there's a lot of popular sneaker channels out there already, but I think me and him are just beginning, and I think we're doing a very good job of what we are putting out as far as content goes with sneakers, like Nightwing 2303 and Kick Genius and all that. I know they're very popular and all, but I think me and him are, I guess you can say, rookies at these sneaker videos that we put out for you guys. So hopefully you guys can subscribe to us, like our videos, and I'll have his actual sneaker channel or his YouTube channel linked in my description box below. So without further ado, let's get with the overview. So here is the Air Jordan 28 SE in the so-called Bread colorway, or the Chicago Bulls colorway. It's a very nice shoe. I will be doing a couple of comparisons throughout the video between the SE version and the regular one. I do have the regular one, but I decided to do a video on the SE version. It's a really dope colorway, nice and simple, red and black and white. And these guys retail for 150 bucks US, and I think 180 in Canada. So yeah, let's get onto the materials. For the materials on the Air Jordan 28 SE, it's relatively similar with a couple of minor, not really tweaks, but adjustments to the shoe itself. The regular Air Jordan 28 obviously was the higher collar with the whole shroud kind of material that wrapped around this whole shoe, and it covered all of this. This upper right here is all underneath of what the regular Air Jordan 28 had. It was inside of the shroud. As you can see, it is similar in some ways. But with the Air Jordan 28 SE, they had to cover the exposings of the webbing from what the Air Jordan 28 did not. You can see my finger right there clearly. It is exposed. So they had to cover with this kind of synthetic, kind of thin fuse, very thin fuse material, so then your foot's not exposed if you're wearing this shoe. And that's really the only major difference between the Air Jordan 28 and the 28 SE. It's just stripped off of the shroud. Everything else is the same as far as materials go. You still have that kind of canvas kind of feeling to the upper, sort of like a canvas. And like I said, this thin fuse of webbing that's covering your foot, your whole foot, so it's not exposed. You have this very big and fairly padded tongue, very comfortable as well. Got your Jumpman logo right there. You got your lace tab. This tongue is very cool because it's kind of shiny, has like that shine and sparkle to it. I think it's pretty cool. And then of course you have your carbon fiber heel counter right here. And then this material right here is very cool. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of synthetic. Then you have your heel tab right here, along with that booty. And then you won't be able to see it, but you got ankle padding right there. And then the whole midsole and outsole is exactly the same as the 28s. And you also have your under fuse right there. So overall, was it really a change? Yeah, aesthetically, but if you actually wear the two, you won't really notice any differences. You probably feel a little more ventilation in this shoe rather than from the Air Jordan 28, because the 28 was just a zip-up kind of combo. It didn't allow any ventilation whatsoever, but I think that you'll experience, if you really need ventilation, you'll experience more ventilation in this shoe than you did if you were to purchase the Air Jordan 28, the regular version. So materials overall, exactly the same. It plays fine. No errors and no flaws or anything like that. My foot was nice and snug with the materials all wrapping around my foot together as one. And yeah, that will conclude the materials. Let's go on to the cushion. So the cushion is exactly the same, like I said, as the regular Air Jordan 28. However, The SE version and the Mellow M10. The Mellow M10 has the same midsole and outsole as well, so you can go with either one. I think the Mellow M10 is a bit more expensive, but anyways. The actual cushion in the forefront, the unlock zoom, the zoom air in the forefoot, is a little firmer than what I felt in the regular Air Jordan 28 SE, or the Air Jordan 28. As you can see, I can feel it more compressing, whereas this, I'm using the same amount of force, and it doesn't press in as easily. And I can definitely feel it when I'm planted on my forefoot. You can't really tell it that it's propelling inwards and coming outwards when you're jumping. So it wasn't really a problem. It's just that it's a little more firmer, which is a pretty good thing actually, because I know a lot of people have concerns about the whole zoom air, this whole carrier of it shifting out of place or popping. So this is a minor, like a little bit of upgrade to the actual regular Air Jordan 28, because the 28 I think wasn't actually that secured. It was just placed like that. It wasn't really secured to the midsole, but I think this was secured to the midsole with some kind of material. I think like glue, like a very strong glue, but it's still responsive. However, it will feel a little firm once you try it on. So give it a couple of minutes for break-in time, and you should be good to go for cushion. Heel, the zoom air, it's a 10mm I believe zoom airbag. In the heel, it feels very comfortable as well. Same exact as Air Jordan 28, but like I said, a little bit of break-in time, and I think the forefront and heel should be good to go for you. So cushion is outstanding, and one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn for basketball. Traction on the Air Jordan 28 SE is pretty good. A lot of people like it. I do as well. As you can see, I'll give you guys a close-up on the actual pattern here. It's not your traditional herringbone, but it works so good. I like how it's a very durable rubber, and it's not as movable or pliable. Trying to test up the grooves here, but it's very hard. So on outdoor courts, which I would not recommend because the zoom unit is just right there and might like rub off the rubber from the zoom unit, but if you are going to be using these for outdoors, just expect to have the zoom air just exposed. But for it, using this kind of rubber and using it for outdoor surfaces, I'm pretty sure these will be good. On indoor clean courts, these will just be beast for you guys. I don't think that makes sense, but it will be beast on the floor when you're using it on a clean court. The stickiness of the rubber is so sticky, you're just going to be glued to the floor. You won't experience no slipping if you're on a clean court. On a regular, mildly dusty court with a little bit of debris, you're going to have to wipe a couple times, but it's still a pretty good traction overall, so it'll kind of just stick anyways, because the rubber is nice and pliable, or not pliable, but durable, so the dust really won't stick. Only stick in the areas like right here, in between the zoom air unit and right here. But yeah, only a couple wiping for dusty courts. On clean courts, like I said, beast on the floor. But traction overall is a very good traction. I don't know if I said this before in my other previous videos. I don't think I have, but I think this traction now that I think about it, is tied with the Kobe 8. I think I did say that the Kobe 8 was the best traction for me overall out of all basketball shoes that I played in. These are pretty much tied. It's just that good as well. Behind the Air Jordan 20 SE and the Kobe 8 would probably be the Kobe 9. But the Kobe 9 is a little more pliable than this, so I wouldn't recommend it for outdoor usage. But these, however, is just a very durable, very sticky, and the pattern itself is a very good pattern. I don't think anyone was expecting this to be good overall, but it blew everyone's minds, and this traction is just a very good traction. So if you're looking for a shoe that has crazy traction on multiple court surfaces, this will be that shoe. Okay, so the lockdown and support for the Air Jordan 20 SE is exactly the same. I said those two words a lot, but exactly the same as the regular Air Jordan 28, just without the shroud. Did it really need the shroud? No, it didn't. This hugged my foot just as well. This whole dynamic fit system is pretty much the exact same concept as the Flywire dynamic fit system, but I think this was the first of its kind as far as it being dynamic. But this will just wrap around your foot very nicely and toward more to your foot shape, so your foot's not in a shoe that's very snug or very wide. It'll just match up to your foot very nicely while it's wrapped around your foot, giving you more of a one-to-one fit and more of a fluid ride, especially with that flight plate in the middle. This flight plate helps by having the forefoot and the heel working independently to your needs, so it'll, like I said, feel more dynamic and more of a one-to-one fit with your foot, and it feels like you have nothing on. You also have, for lockdown support, your carbon fiber heel counters, which are on obviously the heel. There is really no difference from the regular one. The regular one is exactly the same, so it pretty much played exactly the same around my heel. I had no heel slippage whatsoever because these carbon fibers are hugging around my heel and ankle for support. And then this one right here will help with lateral movement, so when you're jab stepping and all that, this will help you obviously because this material is so thin. This carbon fiber piece will help a lot. And that's pretty much it for lockdown support. This is probably one of the most supportive shoes that I've worn, and for the lockdown dynamic fit system is very good. So lockdown support A1. For the breathability on this shoe, you're really not getting that much as I thought it would. When I first played in these guys, I thought it would give out a little more ventilation since it does not have the shroud anymore. However, it still does cover your whole foot, and it doesn't, even though with this thin material wrapping on the upper, it doesn't give you, like I said, that breathability that you need and want. So breathability kind of sucked on this model, especially for it. I was kind of disappointed of it actually, because I really did think that without the shroud it'd be a little more ventilated at the most, but it didn't really give me that much ventilation as I thought it would. So ventilation kind of sucked. So overall, the Air Jordan 28 SE was a very good model to play in. I really liked it. As far as actual purchase, I personally purchased these because they're $100 cheaper than the original 28. But if you want that whole shroud upper system with that zip up combo, go ahead and do it. No one's stopping you. But if you will be wanting to ball in a good hoop shoe and want to save money, go with these guys right here. It's tremendous good shoe to play in. I can't stress that enough. It's such a good shoe. Cushion outstanding, traction outstanding, everything about this shoe is outstanding. Even the looks, aesthetically, I know a lot of people don't like the 28s, the regular 28s with the whole shroud to rock casually, but these casually, I think these look fire on feet. So yeah, that will conclude my Air Jordan 28 SE review video. Hope you guys liked the video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later.